Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're making the most famous cupcakes I'm going to be producing today. I think many of you are going to be hungry about this because this is my version of cupcakes into milk chocolate chips. Why not? So I'm going to be using these. I'm going to be using milk. I'm going to be using baking powder, eggs, 2 eggs, margarine, plain flour, not too much. Sugar, and of course to put them in its style, cupcake roll, not roll, cupcake cases. What am I doing? And of course you need to wash your hands before you do this. So let's go and start cooking up rice with cupcakes. Right then, let's do this. So the first thing I need to do is do 4 ounces of sugar. So you have to watch the ounces. Ounces is inside the circle, outside it's grams or kilograms, should I say. Forgot now. There we go. You can see that moving, so that's that one sorted. So what I'm going to do now is put it in this bowl where it's going to be. Perfect. Okay, the next thing is 4 ounces of margarine. So again, it's the same as before. So you need to make sure you got a knife for this one. So let's try and put this in. Yeah. A little bit more. That's perfect. So we don't need any more of that. So put that to one side. That's it there. Then scoop the rest of this butter in here with the sugar. Oh, that's not too bad. And the next thing, salvation flour. So I'm going to put some, am I right? 4 ounces, yeah, so 4 ounces of raisin flour. It's plain flour, so I'm going to add some powder to it as well. Bang on that is. Doing good here, and then mix it in here as well.
I'm going up for the bath.
And that is pretty much it really. Just bear with me for a second. Okay, but next thing I've realised, I need to do eggs now. So I need a spare bowl to make sure no shell cracks are on the edge, so to make sure. So it's about making sure it's all clear and then put it in. So I'm going to put 2 eggs in here now. Here we go. There we go. It's about to drop. Yep. That's pretty good for a first one actually. So that one's there. That's one. Dip it in with the sugar, flour and all that. In here. And the second one now, I'm going to move that you can see. Another egg. This might need a bit clearing. There we go. Again, another good one. So that's pretty much sorted. So I'll put those. If I can put eggs away now, because that's all sorted. And then put it in here. With the other eggs, I'm going to move that and clear those in a minute. And the next thing I need to do is add a little bit of milk to it next. Right, now before that, I've got to stir it now. So, I've got to move this camera to that side now. Stay there. Next thing now is time to stir this warming machine in the bowl. Oh, it's gonna get exciting! Anyway, stop messing around. I've got to remember as well, it's not about messing around, it's about being a serious cooker now. Let's do this. Let's make some famous cupcake stirring. Slowly start with a number 1. As you can see, it starts going slightly. And now it's time to add a bit of milk to it. So if you just give it a good stir, add a bit of milk to it with baking powder. I forgot how to open these things now. It's been so long. Just bear with me for quickly. Just managed to open baking powder. So I need to do this little spoon thingy, if I can find it. So, with baking powder of plain flour, you need to make sure with baking powder you use these little thingies. So you need to use 25 milliliter, approximately half a teaspoon basically. So I'm going to add 1, and then 2 for the other one. Okay, and that's that one. It was very difficult to open the lid as well, so I had to pause it to get it opened. And then use a little bit of milk, but the problem with using chocolate chips, you have to make sure they don't basically affect it too much, so it's always important to use milk as well. A little bit, so you don't want to use too much. Once I've done that, it's time to stir again. I forgot to mention something as well. Make sure every part of the bowl is mixed with the others as well, because otherwise it just won't look fantastic. Now I made a mess of myself, look at it. A little bit more raisin flour just because it will be puffy. Oh, again, forgot to do this. 1, 2, and a bit. That's it, no more. Self-raising flour is sorted now. So that can go to one side. Milk, a little bit more. And then, let's carry on. You can see it's getting nicer now. Now I'm happy with it. The best bit now is putting chocolate chips. Now don't use too much of, if you're using the whole pack, it just won't look good basically. So just bear with me for a second. Now, for these, you've got to make sure they're a little bit nice as well. So sprinkle them in. Quite looking forward to this today. And that is pretty much half of my pack almost now. There you go. So that's my half of my pack of chocolates. I'm going to show you. That's my chocolate. Now it's that time mixing it with that, and that's your final bit for the day. Pretty good, isn't it? Right, I think that's it. Now it's about putting them in these now, so bear with me for a second. Well, that's all the mixing sorted. Now it's about putting these in its positions in the cases. So let's do it. But remember, when you're using these, make sure you per spoon in, because it will self-rise basically when it goes in the oven. All right. First one. Let's do this. There you go, that's one. You need to make sure chocolate's included, because it's not about cupcakes, it's about chocolate in as well. That's my first one. So there's about 20 here. I should do this thing. Whoever likes my cooking the most should get a free cupcake. Be great, really. But I can't send it by post, unfortunately. You have to be here to believe it. Oh, gosh. Even now I need to dry my hands after that. That's the second one sorted. Actually, a bit easier if I do use a big spoon, to be fair. A bit quicker then, wouldn't it? So whatever's remaining, you can add on other cupcakes as well in the future. Now you know how it works. Just bear with me a few minutes till the end. I will show you what it looks like on top with the rest. And here we are. That's already. That's what it looks like. Just going to show you now. That's what I've done. They're about 18 there instead of 20, so it's not too bad, but still good. It's just a little bit low. But I'm going to separate them out because I've made a mess now. Just bear with me for a second. Then, obviously, we know what the next bit is, don't we? We're going to put it in the oven now. So I'm going to watch out and I will show you what it looks like when it's finished. Just so bear with me for a second. Chocolate chip cupcakes DG95's version is ready to rise. See you when it's come out in good condition. Right, it's ready. Let's get them out. I've already switched it off. Oh, it's still warm though. Oh, look at that. So big. Oh, look at that. What's that? Like that? I don't know. But anyway, that's your cupcake sorted. Oh, I bet you feel hungry now, ladies and gentlemen. You can make one now. It's so simple. You just buy at the shops and they can cook it. Thanks for watching. Like this video if you like it. And why not make your own cupcakes version in your own style? You could put icing on it or chocolate bits, whatever you need to do. Thank you.